Good afternoon, poker fans, poker friends. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of November. It's coming up on 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is Run It Up 2. Welcome back. It's been a little while. And in celebration of your arrival, I think we're going to go ahead and raise up Queen Jack out of the big blind. Nothing but a limp and a complete there out of the small blind. No limping, fellas. When you going to figure it out? So, we've got a few things to catch up on today. It's been a better part of a week since I was able to play poker and make a video. And before that, I think it had been several days. So, we have, like I said, some catching up to do. This guy is short. We'll take one stab at it and see what he does. As is our habit, we'll be just testing him right off the bat. Well, let's see if he'll buy what we're selling. Okay. Last time we did make a video, I think we booked a modest win. I think it was $10, something like that, to bring the bankroll to $330.11, if memory serves. So, okay, we haven't had the button yet. Let's go ahead and raise it up to $1. Okay, too rich for their blood. $330.11. That's where we were, and you know, $10 by no means a significant win there, but certainly a very welcomed one, because prior to that session, we hadn't been doing very well. We had lost a handful of buy-ins with some, through the vehicle of some crappy-ass luck. Okay, donk betting is weak. We've said it before. I'll say it again. Feel really pretty confident that we've got the best hand, and why wouldn't we? We have top pair, for heaven's sakes. He could be sort of betting for value with top pair there, thinking that it's just likely we've missed that board. But I think also he's doing it with a 6 or a deuce, or with spades, maybe spades and over, any of that kind of stuff. A wide range of things. So let's go ahead. He's only got $10 left. Cultivate something of an aggressive image, perhaps. Maybe that'll help us get paid off down the road. Who knows? But I mean, we could have maybe gone for half pot, but you know, how many rivers? I think the only rivers where he's going to put the rest in are rivers where we actually do end up getting beat, right? So I wonder if our 4 is going to end up being good over here. Yeah, we took those beats. We had the suckouts to lose some buy-ins, and fortunately for us back then, you know, we were able to sort of, you know, I think the real nasty hands weren't on video, but I think I kind of ran through a handful of them. And when you have top pair, top 2 pair, you get all your money in on the turn against the right guy, and sure enough, he's chasing a naked flush draw, and he gets there on the river. Of course, there's nothing you can do about it. That's just a function of various. However, over the weekend, we had a wonderful example, a learning opportunity for when it's not entirely luck's fault. And here's how it went. The reason we've been on a bit of a hiatus here at Run It Up 2 headquarters is because we had to do some construction around here, a little bit of repair to a pipe, and that threw some things into disarray. Noise going on, people going on, and I wasn't able to play for a little bit, and I was really anxious to get back to it. I mean, we had just won $10. After all those suckouts, that felt great, so I wanted to get a video made if I could. I wanted to play some poker, kind of keep things going, not have things stall out too badly. And, I mean, after all, we got a long ways to go, you know, 10K, so whew, that's a ways off. So I was really anxious to play. And on Saturday afternoon, I sat down and I played a couple of hours. And it turns out that was just a horrendous mistake. There were people around. There were distractions. There were interruptions. All of these things were predictable. I mean, I knew people were around. I knew people were likely to end up talking to me and things like that. Okay, so we re-raised this guy last time. He didn't go for it or anything, but let's go ahead and re-raise him again. Let's see if maybe we could just start getting on his nerves a little bit. Hey, that's not a bad flop for us. So, despite the fact that poor conditions existed, I played poker anyway, and predictably, I lost. I mean, it was like an anti-focus opportunity, anti-focus environment to play in, and I played anyway. And what it goes to show you is that just as important as the strategy you bring to the table, right, is poker finds so many ways to kind of sneak up and get you and help you give away money. You know, you're getting complacent at the table, you're getting tilted at the table, something like that. One of the ways, man, one of those sneaky ways it can kind of sneak up on you is in when you play. You know, picking the right time to play, not playing when it's a bad time to play. And that's what I did. And I got annoyed at the interruptions a little bit, and I just played badly. There was no way on earth I could blame luck. I mean, the cards would turn up and I'd be drawing near dead, you know, just horrible mistakes, just completely misjudging people, either because I wasn't paying full attention or because, you know, other things I was reacting to, somebody else interrupting me, something like that, and that would affect how clearly I could see a hand. You know, I'd really want to call some guy down because I was frustrated at getting interrupted or something like that, kind of misdirecting all that junk. So, whew, that's the lesson. Hopefully we've learned this lesson, and we'll keep it in mind next time. When there's stuff going on, we just won't play. So there's no reason to mess around with this. We're good or we're not. And often enough, we are. And of course, he's going to fold his bad hand sometimes. And anyway, he's so short. There's just not too much else we could have done there, I don't think. So, yeah, that's the lesson. And I played badly enough to drop another couple of buy-ins to, well, maybe like another 3 or 4 buy-ins, another $100. All my own fault. No, it was maybe a little less than that. Anyway, more than I wanted to lose, that's for sure. On Monday, things calmed down significantly. I did have a quiet environment to play in. I was going to be able to focus for a little while. And so I played for not too long, hour and a half, and managed to make back what I'd lost and then a little bit more. So, fortunately, some nice hands and a good little run there helped me recover from my mistakes from Saturday. And I think even yesterday I tried to make a video, it didn't work out, but played for a brief while, and I think padded things by another couple of bucks. So, the end of that story is that when we sat down at these two tables of 25 no limit, the bankroll was up from last time's 330 to 400. Oh no, that was this morning. $383.87. It was at 4:08 actually this morning, but I had to go get brakes done in my car, and they had Wi-Fi in the lobby. Now I was careful to see if the lobby was going to be an environment I could focus in, and it turned out it was okay. I was going to keep my eye on that effect. I just happened to. How did we lose? I got my aces in a three-way pot. My aces versus. I 3-bet my aces. A guy behind me shoved with pocket tens. Pocket queens reshoved behind him, and I got it all in. The tens flopped a set, and the pocket queens rivered a straight. So that was $25 down the tubes while waiting for my car. And then the guy, you know, on the upside of that story is my brakes got fixed. I safely drove back to headquarters, and here we are. Finally, I hope, able to get up a video. The other thing in all of this, it doesn't make any difference if you're losing because you're getting sucked out on, or losing because you're doing something dumb, or both. For me, losing is always a real strong motivation to review things and see how you're playing. I'm going to go ahead and donk bet. Don't do it very often, but when I do, if you happen to know it's me at these low limits, and you see me donk betting, run for the hills, because unlike everybody else, it's not going to be that weak blocking donk bet. I'm gonna be on something. And we managed to take the pot down before anything got too nasty. Anytime I lose, it's good motivation for me to review what I'm doing, kind of go through it all again, think about what's right, how aggressive is right, what kind of general approaches may be okay for these levels. This guy's short enough that I don't want to bet too much pre-flop, so unlike the sort of the dollar that we would often bet here, I think I'm going to back off that a little bit. Let's see, I believe this guy folded to a C-bet last time. He does it again. So let's go ahead and characterize this guy yellow. And there's a good reason that we want to do that right now that we'll get to in just a minute. So, reviewing play, making sure you're doing the right things, or trying to understand if you're doing the right things, or if you're making mistakes, where they are, all that kind of stuff. And so I was thinking a lot about that after Saturday, especially since it was my own fault. I was responsible for the losses with poor choices. So, Sunday and Monday, until I was able to play a little bit, I was kind of turning it over and over and over and over in my head, and finally got, as I was thinking that through, I played Monday for a little while, and I think I played really well. Part of that was that I was just really, really determined, after having been stupid on Saturday, determined to play well and not do anything stupid on Monday. And that included being aggressive against the right people at the right times. And it dawned on me, because I had been mulling over strategy and what we've been doing so far and how it's been working or not working, and where we can improve. Well, gosh darn it. That didn't work. Okay, more about that in a second. Where are we here? So when I was playing, I had all that stuff mulling about in my mind. This guy is short, this guy is short. Not a great time to sort of do a lot of... we've got 5-6 suited. What are we going to do, right? But ultimately, that's a great flop. Things turn out okay. But of course, against these smaller stacks, I think I'd much rather prefer just having a couple of Broadway cards and hands that make really good one pair type hands, as opposed to having to draw and stuff like that. Of course, it makes it easier to draw that they ain't got that much money. So at Monday, I was playing great, and I had been thinking about what to do, and I noticed in my play, these stacks are full. So let's go ahead and raise to a buck. I was being aggressive when I should, even if I kind of didn't want to. I would know it's the right thing to do and force myself to do it, and had some pretty good, all the good things that are supposed to happen when you are pressuring people well. All the good things that are supposed to happen, all of those things sort of happened, and it was a nice session, and the results, although of course a small sample size, it's always nice when results come and help sort of validate what you're doing. And so the conclusion I came to through all that is that I think that there are some spots for aggression that we have perhaps been missing in some of these videos so far. And I'm not sure why. There's spots that I know about. I know how to do it. I don't know if it's the process of talking that trips me up a little bit, or somehow defaults me into being a little bit more, passive, a little nittier. I mean, I know we've done our fair share of c-betting and second bullets. Oops, I should very much have raised that, considering this guy was just posting. So, maybe it's the talking is a distraction for now, and I haven't sort of become good enough at that. I don't know. But the point is, I want to look for those spots to really put pressure on people. I mean, when was the last time in any of these videos? I don't think we have sort of bluff-shoved a river yet, or bluff-shoved any street for that matter. And I have no doubt there would have been occasions to do it. Nothing is worse than sort of thinking you've got a good target, knowing a guy will fold, thinking it's, correctly figuring that he's likely to have a hand, but not a really strong hand, a hand that's susceptible to a lot of pressure, and sort of putting pressure on the flop and on the turn, failing to do it on the river, and then seeing him turn over, a third pair and take the pot, stuff like that. And I feel that we've probably been in that situation a few times and not done the right thing at the end. So that's what we're looking for. And of course, to do that, the thing you absolutely must know is which people are best to do it against. I mean, especially if you're talking about aggression, and by aggression you mean being willing to make big bluffs when they come around, when the opportunities are good for it. You have to know who to do it against. Picking the wrong target is just a recipe for disaster. So again, we flop well with these kind of a funky hand. He just hasn't got enough money. I think we're going to have to play for it all. And a straight flush usually does the trick. It sure did that time. So, hot diggity. So yeah, one of the things we can do, I mean, if it's really important to know who you're going up against and where you can apply pressure successfully, you've really got to have characterized some of your opponents. And so I think it's going to be a good goal in the near future, over the next few sessions, to try to make extensive use of our little flags down here, and try to label people early in sessions, and label as many people as we can, so that we know where we're potentially looking for opportunities to be aggressive. So I think we can do either whatever we want here, except fold. We do pick up some outs just in case we're up against an overpair or something like that, which could be, but no real reason to believe that. Okay, buddy. Call at your own risk. Call at your peril. So we've got this guy labeled. Speaking of labeling people, this guy has folded more than once now to just sort of standard c-bets from when we've been in position. So he gets the yellow timid flag because he's yellow. And 9-3, not so hot so. So I think that's about it. That's the state of the union, the state of the bankroll, poker thoughts of late. Hopefully be able to get back on that video horse. This weekend's going to be rough. There's going to be more construction going on. But the next few days should be good to go. So from Mr. Temerity, we're getting an opening raise under the gun. Right off the bat, it's kind of nice that we've marked him, because if he is a little more conservative, we can expect that he would be bringing something reasonable to this party. We would have to flop reasonably strong, I think, to have a lot of confidence. I think a lot of his stronger hands are hands that he could have us dominated. So 125 into 238. What's he trying to do there? Is he trying to get value or not? Not entirely sure. That's a pretty quick bet. I'm just not sure that he's the kind of guy who's going to keep going with anything less than top pair. And raising under the gun, I'm really going to be surprised if he's got a top pair with a worse kicker than ours. And besides which, how many worse kickers? Was it Queen 9? I mean, he could have Queen 10. That must look awfully nitty. But there's just no queen that we beat. So as much as I hate to do it, I think we're going to fold. And hopefully we saved ourselves money there. I mean, it's just one of those places you just want to know so badly that I was tempted to do it just to make sure, just out of curiosity. But, you know, our sample size on him is small, so any conclusion that we've got could be mistaken, could be just the things we've seen, just circumstance, just sort of coincidence that he had, you know, was flopping no equity the times that he folded to us, something like that. But the evidence that we do have, I mean, what we've got is all we've got, and what we have is that he's folded. He's been a little foldy. If that is the truth, I just don't see how that guy is continuing to bet once we call it flop bet without a hand better than ours. I would say that holds true for very, very few of the players at 25 no limit. The vast majority know that they're supposed to be c-betting and stuff like that, and many of them do it indiscriminately. Sometimes it seems that we do it indiscriminately, but I just think he might be the exception. What do you think? Were we absolutely crazy to be folding top pair jack kicker there? Or did we save a few dollars? The place you can voice that opinion is right below this video. The comments section. Or by sending your views to runitup2@gmail.com. That's runituptoo@gmail.com. Well, we're getting called by this feller. That doesn't seem like a real strong line to me. And sure enough, off he goes. What is going on here? We are in the big... He's, once again, the shortness of his stack is affecting that. King High, going to be good a fair amount of the time, I think. But all things considered, out of position, the shorter stack. This time, Mr. Temerity is only limping under the gun. I wonder if it's true that we can basically read his bets at face value, that he bets the strength of his hands. If he does do that, it's entirely possible that a guy like this is going to sort of keep betting his top pairs really quite strong. Even a guy who's sort of a pretty taggy can make that mistake sometimes. They can have a nice sort of tight aggressive approach in general. And he refuses to keep going with a jack, presumably just because a spade came. So I'm telling you before, our queen was absolutely no good. Our top pair had to have been second best. Anyway, there are guys who are very tight aggressive, who when they make their top pair, they kind of get so aggressive and then they just refuse to let it go. But it doesn't seem like he's one of those guys. He's just, we've got him named right. He is Mr. Temerity. And he's just going to fold a lot, it looks like. So we're going to look for ways to take advantage of that. It should be pretty easily done because we should be able to sort of constantly bluff him, and we should be able to do it for cheaply. I'm guessing that he's going to fold to just about any amount when he's going to fold. So that shouldn't have helped him too much. Just not quite sure. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess we should have fired again on the river. So we're coming up on 28 minutes. That's the other thing I'd like to do is, it seems it's a little frustrating to me that anytime the bankroll moves around, whether it takes a dive or whether I manage to book a decent winning session, it seems that the videos miss it. So I'm thinking, 25 minutes is just a very short period of time. It's this tiny little sample, not very many hands. So I've been giving some thought to making slightly longer videos, just to increase the likelihood of some interesting bankroll movement and, of course, interesting hands to come across. Maybe next time we'll play a little longer, something closer to 40 minutes, 45 minutes. The other thing that may be upcoming is a little tournament action. All of our play so far has been at six-handed cash tables. But I got, what do you call it? A bonus, I guess, from the site for the play that we've put in and whatever their current promotion is. I got a bonus in the form of a $7.70 tournament ticket. Now, the only thing that runs at $7.70 is triple up sit and go tournaments. So it looks like we're going to play a nice little triple up sit and go sometime in the near future. Today is Wednesday already. So maybe Friday, maybe next Monday or Tuesday, but in the next handful of videos for sure, I think we're going to try to squeeze it in just for a change of play. I mean, we got to use it, right? So, used to play quite a number of sit-and-goes, and it's been a while, so it'll be interesting to see how we fare, and fun to see a little tournament action after so long. So I think 383 is where we were. I think we're going to probably call it a session here. Quit while we're ahead. Book a few dollars at least. $33.20 on the left-hand table. And I know as soon as I put it in, I'm going to get some playable hand. So I know better than to put this $39 in the ledger just yet. And, of course, next time, after saying that our goal is going to be to mark as many people as possible, we've got exactly one flag out here. But we're just going to, keep working at it. Keep that in the back of our minds, that we have that goal to hand out flags as early as we can. And would you look at that, we managed to add a few more pennies right at the end. So, $39.80. So that's a decent little win of just under a buy-in. $23 even brings the bankroll to $406.87. Still a long way to go before we are making fresh tracks in the bankroll. That number was, what, 730 something? Just before the videos began, I think. Was as high as the bankroll was. So we've got some time to go before we reach those lofty heights. But so far, this is good. This is a winning session. The last video was a winning session. So we're going in the right direction. Things are good. We're happy about all that. How about you? What are you happy about? What are you sad about? Let me know. Give me the feedback, questions, comments, anything else right there in the comment section below. Or you can email it to runitup2@gmail.com. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. We'll see you next time.